a true fan of this film would be able to recite his little V words.
Yeah, I know, and I kick myself every
Monologue.
day. Every time I see it, I'm like, I don't think I'm a real.
You're not a real
I'm
fan
not
of
a real
this. I
ass
don't remember
rebellious
that.
motherfucker because I don't. The victor,
Vicariously vibing.
bisecting my vibes.
Yeah, I can't get past
these
one word.
citizens. I know, and more props to what's his name for being able to do that fucking
Hugo
role.
Weaving.
He's like, I'm not gonna cast a guy without the letter V in his name as the V. Oh, and I just miss how we used to always make these logos in the mood of the fucking film we're watching.
Yeah, I like the black and white, a little bit of grain on
Black
there.
and white propaganda stuff.
Yeah.
Like, just it's feeling very, very much like old World War II.
But how is that really relevant? I mean, this doesn't take place in World War II. This takes
But there
place
is
in
an
a
argument.
modern era.
But the thing is, this movie's actually timeless because if you watch it, now when this movie came out, we were in the throes of the Iraq War. Everyone was angry at George Bush. There was this argument about conservatives basically taking over the country and becoming like a fascist dictatorship. And so when people watch this, they think about it in the terms of like, oh, this is like how fascist, like this is where we could be headed. This is just a great parable about how
we're here.
people. That's what I'm saying. This is timeless. This doesn't matter whether it's World War II, whether it's the Afghani War, whether it's a pandemic. This is something we always have to think about when it comes to our government and the people we trust to have our best interests.
The little details they get into about how the government uses propaganda to control the people and make the people feel fear.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's...
This isn't about 2020, 2004, 1985. Like, this is just timeless. Like, if you're not paying attention...
The Guy Fawkes thing is a weird celebration they have in England because you can't tell if we're celebrating what he tried to do or celebrating the fact that he was stopped.
I think they're definitely celebrating the fact that he stopped. And I think
But a lot of people out there, I
is
think,
trying to flip that. And I'll mention this, by the way, right now. In the novel, this moment, this whole Guy Fawkes thing is not as big a deal. Like, they don't really use this as a way of helping you understand,
right,
like, any kind of, like, historical connection. It's another reason why I like this movie. This right now pretty much sets the tone that this is not just about one place in time. This is about just generally, like, the cycle
how
of
the
humanity.
government operates against
Right.
its people.
How this doesn't just happen once. This happens over and over again. In the book, so right now she's getting ready to go meet her boss, and she's only doing because she's hoping to get like a raise or something like that, and by also seducing him.
She's planning on
the
using her
novel-
sexual appeal to get a raise.
Yes, in the novel, the graphic novel, she's straight up going out to whore,
Ah, interesting.
which really changes the dynamic of what happens in this first scene.
Yeah, I wish she was still a whore. Actually, that would be
Well,
better
I would
and
say
darker.
actually it's better because when I see her get caught by the cops for whoring, I don't feel as bad for her.
Right, that's more
in the
nuanced.
book.
This is the Hollywood bullshit where, like, oh, she has to be a good person to make sure we feel bad for her. She has to be going to her real job.
I guess I like the black and white of this situation where it's like she's just trying to live her life, but there's so many rules that she can't even just exist.
That's a little generic good guy versus bad guy. I like the
dude-
nuance of a filthy whore. And I would still stick up for a whore. I love whores.
So, but if you're... I'm already kind of losing my point because I'm not against sex workers. I mean, I wouldn't make it my second commandment, but I would
please.
say that I think we should let them be legal. But at the same time, I just feel like if you're going up to a man to commit a crime... See, the thing is, like, she's not trying to commit a crime right now. She's trying to get home. She's trying to get to this place before curfew.
No, I get it.
But in the novel, she's actually committing a crime.
I understand. I think that's more nuanced. That gives you more to debate.
Yeah,
more to
but
chat.
but once again, I like how this movie really focuses on the way power gets abused.
Oh, of course.
People watched this in 2007, 8, 9, and were like applauding it.
Right.
And now it's like we see people run against the Capitol. God, this is not a good episode. But anyway, we see people like storm the Capitol and like, oh my God, how could they?
Right.
But that's what they
now
do at
he's
the end of
now
this
he's a
movie.
hero. I know. People fail to see the parallels.
Right.
There's even a great moment in this movie where they go to a montage of news reports about viruses and race wars and crap like that, and it's you realize it's exactly what our news networks do now.
Right. No, dude, it's crazy. Since the pandemic started, I'm like, it's crazy how much this is like V for Vendetta.
Right.
Like
right.
how much is like the beginning, the part you don't see.
Yeah.
How much is like this is like the prequel before it happens. in this movie, and we missed it at the beginning, he's talking about how America is in a civil war over the virus.
Right, totally, yeah.
Gordon, I was on my way last night, but there were fingermen and...
Fingermen?
And that's a weird name to call the cops, right? Isn't that a weird name?
Yeah,
cops?
it's like, what do you expect them to do when they get you in a dark alley?
Right.
Her COVID passport's outdated. She needs a third booster. We're gonna have to track this woman down right now. And this is a nice way to start it off. You're thinking like, oh, this movie's a little slow. Are we gonna get to any action? But they kick it off pretty nicely here.
Exactly.
With him taking over the TV station.
Right, and this kind of setting up another situation where you see how he plans things, how he pulls them off, how capable he is, but also what his mission is. And I love this reveal right here. This reveal right here for Eve,
The masks,
especially.
yeah.
Because Eve just like saw the guy last night, and she's like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Right. You know what she's thinking? Oh my god, what a fucking stalker.
No. Oh my god, he's
we had
obsessed
one
with me.
romantic night. Can you leave me alone now?
These aren't bad guys. They're just trying to do their job. They think she's a terrorist.
Yeah, for sure. They're just doing their job for the fascist
Oh,
leader.
speaking of terrorists, I think we're about to see it. There's a moment on the video where you see that they have like anti-Muslim propaganda. I forgot about that.
Oh, of
it's
course.
it's so funny.
It's always got to be like a
Right here. There it is.
Oh my god. I've never even noticed that.
Oh, you never noticed that?
That is a great like reference to just how fake the news often is though. Like CNN will straight up stage things like that.
Also, by the way, just a great example of how modern day politics always filters into media.
Right.
And by the way, I love, you should make this louder because I love what V says here because this applies to everyone right now.
Who's to blame? Well, certainly there are those who are more responsible than others, and they will be held accountable. But again, truth be told, if you're looking for the guilty, you need only look into a mirror. Wondering why you did it. I know you were afraid.
I love this moment.
Right, he's just saying they're guilty of compliance.
Because this is everyone else, though.
Right.
Like,
What's great also is
you.
notice the banners underneath him, which is kind of reminding you everything these people have surrendered to. Curfews from 10 p.m. to
Right,
6.
exactly.
Your shower has to be 73 degrees.
Right, and I do love how like this shot shows you various types of reactions that go from like some people agree, some people are like fuck this shit, some people are like nodding their head, some people are silently
Right.
considering it.
1 year from tonight, outside the gates of Parliament, and together we shall...
1 year from tonight, outside the Capitol on January 6th, 2020.
We shall all meet, and JFK will come back from the dead.
Don't shoot! Please don't shoot!
That's very much
Idiot.
very very present.
So did they kill him or not? Is
No,
he
they
wearing a
shot him with
bulletproof
bullets. It was
vest?
rubber bullets. It was rubber bullets.
Okay.
But it's just funny. They like don't shoot.
I mean, that's even softer than now, because now they will straight up just fill you with lead.
Right, but honestly, and they would in this universe too. But as a movie, we need the guy to say something. There's also another nice character moment here with the guy who's in charge of media. How much he actually is committed to what he does.
Right.
Like even though he's pretty much evil and like just follows orders.
Yeah,
he
no,
loves
very
his
strong
job.
side characters here that actually have motivation
Right.
and reason.
Right.
Have you any idea how long it would take to rebuild this facility? Do you have any idea what you're doing?
Yeah, great line.
I love it.
Yeah,
I
it's
love it.
beautiful dialogue.
I love that. You in that moment you understand both those characters' motivation.
Yeah, and it was said with such tension as well.
Right. There we go. Here's our security guard.
Haven't they grasped yet that the real guy's long gone?
No, he's right behind him actually.
Oh yeah, there, yeah.
Gotcha.
It is funny that he doesn't even use this opportunity to escape. Like, he just wants to fuck some people up. He just wants to practice his martial arts.
He knows he's not going to get out with the mask on. They're slowly taking people off with the mask.
No, but he could be in the air vents by now.
No.
He just wants to slice
You're
people
right.
open.
He could have hidden behind a desk in the smoke and waited for everybody to clear out. Yeah, no, exactly. He's got plans, Andrew. He's got a mission. He's got to get onto it.
No one knows who he is. What if they do take the mask off? Then he'd be like, yeah, I work in the studio too.
That detective right there was just realizing, I just waited here while he cut that wire. What the fuck was I doing?
Yeah, I'd have been long gone.
Get your hands on your head.
And it's another great moment. This is a great moment where he would actually be fucked, but Eevee
Well,
involves
this is a
herself.
little typical Hollywood, though. Like,
No, but, but
he-
story-wise, it gives Eevee a moment to actually make a decision about, like,
For
is
sure.
she going to be active or is she going to be passive again?
Yeah.
This is actually good for, like, a character development where she's like...
Or she's
maybe-
helping out a guy that just took her on a fancy date.
Natalie, the way you're looking at this is like you're hearing the music, you're remembering the lights, you're thinking like this guy has shown me a world I've never seen
Yeah,
before.
think about his amazing vocabulary.
You don't know for sure, but he's got big dick energy, so it probably is huge.
Yeah. No one with a small dick uses that many V words.
Probably Pete Davidson under that mask.
Exactly.
Whatever we just saw right now, that was totally
The cover story.
Yeah,
And people watch this movie and love this movie and still don't get that they're being given a cover story about most things.
I know. Oh, and of course he's a dead body. He's dead, guys.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Yeah.
He is dead, and everybody was cheering, "Let's go, Brandon." Like, it's just the way they lie to your face. It's crazy.
No, I know, and it's still so relevant. And it always will be.
That's what I'm saying. People don't realize like this movie isn't about a certain particular time. It's about
And
human behavior.
It's crazy to think how much the things that you see in this movie have been exaggerated on social media now. Like, imagine a version of this movie where they show how the government manipulates social media companies to putting the messages that they want out there.
Right. Well, that wasn't even an option here. Right. Which is what you can't even imagine what that would look like.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying.
You got Jack Dorsey in the meeting with fucking Creedy. You know what I mean?
Right,
Being
right,
like,
right.
here's the daily hashtags. This is what they need to think is popular. Now, his whole thing of, I want to keep her in a prison cell, couldn't he have just done it here?
No, because later on he's trying to test her the way he was tested to free her, so
Right.
she could see what he sees.
But why doesn't he just start his test now? Why does he want to show off his book collection?
Because that's not his intention yet. His intention was just to save her.
Right.
His
So
intention
after hanging out with her here, he decides, you know what? I'm going to put her through my prison test.
Yes. After she runs away, he
You think
decides,
he puts other
I'm gonna
people
teach
through
her
that?
a lesson. No, I don't. Well, it's weird he had it set up already.
He must
but
do.
No one else has ever come here.
But the idea that he's got an entire replica prison hallway and all
built
that
it.
stuff
He's
set
got all
up.
the time in the world. He
Right,
built
right.
it.
If he's not going to build all that for one person, though.
Yes, he will. He's a guy who cares. He's a guy who's focused.
I think that's just his usual game. Like, anytime he brings a chick home from the bar,
Yeah, I
he's-
know. Yeah, I know. Every time he gets a girl, Eevee, you're just one of a million. You know how many times he's used that I like God, don't play with dice line?
Yeah, you know how
All
many
the time.
girls have read that fucking lesbian story and got their hearts swept up by it?
Never existed.
Why would I do that?
You did what you thought was right.
Oh no, I shouldn't have done that. I must have been out of my mind.
Is that what you really think, or is that what they'd want you to think?
Yeah, see, people ought to ask themselves that more often.
Right, and I love how just asking questions makes people want to get away.
Right, exactly.
I
You
should
just
go.
run away
I
from
should
it. I
leave.
don't want to think too hard about my perceived reality.
You think I've got to make a decision for myself? No, thank you.
I don't want to find out I might have been fooled by anything.
Understand, Eevee, I didn't want this for either of us.
See?
I couldn't see any other way. You were unconscious, and I had to make a decision.
Well, he could have just left her.
He made a decision though. He wanted to save her. He knew they'd kill her.
Why would she? Why would they? Why would they? She would just be one of the unconscious members of the TV
They
studio.
were looking for her, first of all, and also she attacked an officer.
Oh, right, on the security camera. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. But she was just swept up in the moment. She could just be like, I couldn't tell which
but
one
in a
was V and which
so
one was
now,
the.
Once again, you're trying to argue.
I know, they're just gonna hang her
sensibility to
anyway.
a fascist regime.
Yeah, I know.
You try explaining it to the Twitter mob, Andrew.
Yeah.
I was just caught up in the moment. I picked up a podium. I took a picture with it.
Wow.
Good.
Instead,
tell that
she's
to
just.
yourself in isolation for the next 20 years.
Instead, she's now fully in the deep end with the dude, and now there's no escaping.
Yeah, well, life
Now,
has
no amount of
consequences.
truth is gonna get you out of there.
Right now, she's got to learn how to live her life. Well, there you go.
See?
Yeah, typical people. Whenever you unplug them, man, they get so
Oh,
pissed.
she's right here. He
No,
should have
she's
left
not.
her.
He did her a favor. He's her Morpheus.
Yeah, and you're gonna say he did her a favor while he's shaving her hair off and starving her and making her eat slop.
He's helped. He says to her face, "It killed me every day I did this."
That's exactly what abusers say. You know, it really pains me to beat you like
Yeah.
this. I hate that you do this to me.
Right.
I tell you what I know. I know this is not a man. What is it? A man does not wear a mask. What is it? A man does not threaten innocent civilians.
It is crazy, man. I'm sorry. It's like even just listening to it, it really sounds like CNN.
Yeah.
Like it's just and every other news station, Fox, fucking it all sounds like
it's just constantly alarmist, and it's all designed to make you active, make you want to go out and do their
emotional.
bidding and be a little soldier in their agenda, convince your friends to take part.
I love this though. Actually, I forgot about like his in his own shower. He's
You
got
can
the
even see it in
television
his
right,
shower,
like,
yeah.
He's got it right up front, in front of him. It's literally in front of the thing.
Notice, by the way, he only cooked Eevee breakfast so he could snake her security card. That's how he just snuck in here.
Yeah, well, you know.
I love that this guy watches himself.
Yeah, me too.
And
Me too.
sings along to himself.
Something feels very believable about that.
Yeah. I bet you Alex Jones does this.
Good guys win, bad guys lose. And as always, England will prevail.
Like, is that not just what we're saying right now?
Right.
Like,
Be on the right side of history because the good guys are going to win and
Right.
the bad guys are going to lose.
right. I'm just looking forward to the guy who escaped the Wuhan lab, who's going to be doing the same thing to all these people who created this pandemic.
Why did he call this a reunion, by the way?
Oh, because he was a general
There you
at
go.
the lab that was doing the testing for the
Yeah.
virus they unleashed on everybody. And once again, how this movie shows you everything.
It's
is-
all
everyone's-
connected.
Everyone's connected. Everyone's in bed with each other.
Yeah.
Everyone who is
The people that
profiting off
run
of
the
this.
media are friends with the people that are in charge of the government, in charge of Big Pharma. They're all buddies. It's all a big club, and you're not in it.
Right. And they're helping each other out. And the guy who you think has nothing to do with this, who's just an impartial talking head,
Yeah.
trying to help you get the news, actually is working with them as well.
Right. It would be interesting to take a closer look at all the stuff in the background here. Like, I'd like to take a look at, like, every movie that's on his movie shelf and who all those paintings are back there.
Well, I'll tell you right now, if I made this movie today, there would be a Pepe picture
Just hidden back
somewhere
there,
in the
yeah.
back. Yeah, a painted Pepe.
Well, that's right, because this is all forbidden art. This
Right.
is all things that were banned.
Right. This is all stuff that was stolen and taken
Yeah.
away.
And for sure, right now, this would be fucking books of Alex Jones.
Right.
Fucking Louis box set.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I know Louis box. That's what they would watch instead of the Count of
Legion
Monte
of
Cristo.
Skanks podcast on a massive
exactly,
hard drive.
Exactly.
Does it have a happy ending?
Eric Weinstein's podcast.
Jordan Peterson.
Buckets of ivermectin.
It's plastic straws. He pours Eevee a Diet Coke and he's like, "You've never tasted it like this." My goodness, why did they ban these? Some shit about killing turtles.
V, yesterday I couldn't find my ID. You didn't take it, did you?
Here you go.
Would you prefer a lie or the
Would you prefer a liar?
And then they just walk away. They get so pissed about you just saying, like, basically saying, I care about your feelings.
Do you want me to lie to you here, or
Or do you want to hear what you want to hear? Well, now I'm pissed.
yeah?
I might have killed the fingerball that attacked you, but I heard no objection there.
Well, yeah, you didn't use
Exactly.
my
And-
ID to sign into that one.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. I will say it does make it seem like he only saved her to get her ID. I can see how she
There
would be
you go.
upset by that. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I never thought of it that way, but yeah, in a way, it makes you feel kind of used.
Yeah, and she's like, "I sucked your dick last night and everything."
I sucked that
Fucking veiny, burnt piece of shit.
sausage. You had to pump it up to get it hard.
My parents became political.
My parents became political.
Dude, this.
There we go. Got to give
Giving
out
out-
these
giving
things.
out
The
COVID
virus is
fucking
out.
shit.
Make
Yeah,
sure you put your
exactly.
mask on.
Right.
It was a game.
Yeah, it's just so well done. The parallels and like.
Why did the people come for her mother? Just because she was saying the wrong thing on the internet?
Yes, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Right. Went on too many forums.
This is gonna happen. You've been watching too many Steven Crowder videos,
Yep,
son.
there you go. Welcome to the Mug Club. Notice that's the only thing that's dirty in the entire house.
The mirror.
Yeah, like even around her, everything's clean. She's just got this one mirror that apparently he's never bothered to wash.
Right. Well, because he doesn't look at himself.
That's true.
Have accelerated my
There you go. Some
It
more,
makes a lot of
some more
sense,
good
yeah.
storytelling.
Yeah.
someone with some theatrical skill.
There is a moment where he's looking in that mirror and he starts crying and breaks his mask or something like that.
Yes. When she leaves him,
See,
she gets
this is
so
what I'm saying
mad
about how good this
and
movie is.
leaves.
It actually does make everything connect. she clears the mirror to make him see who he really is, and he realizes how much of a monster he's become.
He sees himself in the mirror after holding her in the cell, and
Yeah.
right, sees himself as a monster. What was she thinking while getting put in that outfit? How old is she? I don't understand. What was this meeting supposed to be?
She's supposed to be his little pedophile whore.
No, but seriously, what was she thinking going into this?
She thinks, she knows that V's trying to kill him.
She's gonna... Oh, she knows that she's V's bait here.
She's trying to warn him, actually. She's gonna start warning him.
I see.
But what is crazy that, like, she sees the kind of bait she is and doesn't think to herself, well, this guy is actually a piece of shit creep. Why am I trying to save
Right.
this pedophile?
Right. I thought, like, she was going in for some kind of confession, and while they were putting pink ribbons on her and taking her to a bedroom...
She's trying to save this guy who wants to fuck a child.
No, I get it.
It's kind of mental.
Yeah.
If someone's like, I want to kill this guy, and we're going to lure him by you being a child, I'd be
Well,
like,
because she's
what?
at the end of the day, she's still a psyoped citizen. You
No,
know
you're
what
right.
I mean?
It takes time. You're right. It's like we talked
she's
about.
not fully
People
radicalized
reset. People
yet.
reset.
Yeah, and she still is like, no, I get it. You're a man of power, and the things are how they are, and I don't actually want to see anyone die. He thinks it's all a game.
It's actually
yeah.
a good performance.
He's like, here we go. Yes, you go hide from the killer, and I'll
yes.
come get you.
Right.
Like, what did she think was going to happen here?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I just don't know what she thought was going to happen with the pedophile.
But again, she has to try to save him just so the audience sees her as a good person. Beautiful guitar stroke there.
You told him?
Yeah.
Thus I clothe my naked villainy with old odd ends, stolen forth from Holy Writ, and seem a saint when most I play the devil. Oh, please, have mercy. Oh, not tonight.
Yeah, really, dude.
Yeah. Not tonight.
I would have just been like, are you serious?
I'm starting with your testicles, and then we're going to work our way up.
I do find it funny how long it takes these guys to realize he's in danger.
Right, they're giggling like, oh, he's having a jolly good time with
Oh,
her.
there's a dude in there too now, huh? Okay. I heard a gunshot. Wow, they're getting crazy.
Kinky. Guess we got to make another one disappear.
What is that?
It's a copy of the Quran, 14th century.
Are you Muslim?
No, I'm in television.
But why would you keep it?
Meaning, I'm Jewish.
Actually, that actually is a really good joke.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't even realize that. That's hilarious.
Of course, I'm
That
not
is-
fucking
I'm the
Muslim.
exact opposite.
I hate Muslims, but I still, you know, I don't think their book should be deleted.
But I believe in free speech.
Imagine this is what
they
it
got
was
masks
like.
on. They got masks on. See, it's exactly like this.
Imagine this is what it was like in the lab in Wuhan.
Pretty much. That's what I'm saying. Dude.
And they had
That's
a
what I'm
bunch of
saying.
homeless people in
Oh,
orange
I see what you're saying.
jumpsuits, and they're testing shit on
But
humans.
instead of injecting them with a virus, just having bats bite them.
This is right out back in the Wuhan forest.
Dude, this is actually what China looked like during the first month of coronavirus.
Yeah, I remember videos of they were scooping people up off the streets in hazmat suits and
Yeah.
putting them in big silver trucks.
Right. Here we go again.
Yeah.
But notice it's not as good as V's.
Well, no, I mean this is Chad versus.
Faggot. That's the great reality show coming to Fox next year.
Just like your the morning with an absolute badass versus the morning with your your safe beta buxer.
With the closet full of iniquities.
Right.
He made me eggs just like this.
I do love this moment though, because for anyone who's like is not familiar with the
People are thinking like, oh yeah, they're meant to be hinting that he is V.
no, yeah, in this moment they're thinking he is V.
Yeah.
This
yeah.
fat schlub is V.
Right. Yeah. Right. He does have a similar voice as well.
Yeah, exactly. He puts it out there.
Wrinkled, well-fed exterior, there lies a dangerous killing machine with a fetish for Fawkesian masks. Vive la revolution.
That is not funny, Gordon.
Yeah. He's a real man
Still
with a real
liberal,
mission,
still
and you would
liberal.
never be anything
I don't like
him.
jokes that are in any way offensive.
Don't even pretend you're anywhere near as badass as him.
It's actually sad watching this scene now, just knowing how this is not at all like Like no one would have the guts to do that.
Right. Well, no, they do have the guts to do this now. People do this about Trump every day.
Well, no, but I mean about like
about
against
a leftist president.
Right.
That's what
my
sucks
point
about
is, no
it.
one has the guts to do this against actual regimes.
Right. Against the
actual threats.
Against the current dynasty that always wins.
Exactly.
This reality where Stephen Fry is about to get black bagged for making this skit.
Yes.
The people don't realize they've given into this.
Right.
By not being able to mock Hillary, by not being able to mock Obama, you've given into this fascist society. But they're so convinced it's Trump that brought this on. They're so convinced it's Trump that can't handle being mocked like this, that would have a fascistic reaction to it. When in reality, they did this to Trump. They made fun of Trump on this level every day. Snoop Dogg has a video where he points a gun at Trump's head and shoots him.
Really?
No one gives a shit. Trump doesn't. I mean, he makes his
shot.
comments, but there's no legal repercussions.
You've got the most watched show on air. Well, you're my agent. That's what I pay you for. Protect me.
Dude, I got greedy right here, right now. He's about to put my head into a bag, so...
Right.
He hung up. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to make some kind of apology.
See, this is incredibly, like, hubristic for a guy who's got a bunch of illegal materials in his basement.
Right, he's being really ignorant, actually.
Right.
He knows the society he lives in. He knows that he has to keep paintings in his basement.
Exactly. He knows he can't come out as a homosexual. He knows he's got shit into his basement.
He's sitting there going, "Oh, I'll just make an apology and I'll be fine." Like, really?
Right.
You know what we're living in. You know what's happening.
I know. He is being very foolish, and he's getting what he deserves. Not so funny now, funny man.
It's kind of insane to show up in person like this.
He loves it.
This is like something that Hank Schrader would do.
Is it funny, man?
He loves it.
Yeah.
He lives for that. And only a guy who does love it like that will end up doing that job.
For sure.
So he's going to show
a
up.
power-hungry piece of shit.
Right, yeah.
And this is, obviously, she's reliving how her mother got black-bagged.
Exactly. Which is incredibly traumatizing.
Stupid to move.
And also,
She should have just stayed there.
Oh, absolutely. But then again, when she stayed there last time, she got found.
Right.
So she's trying to get out of there. But so really good setup for why she would be behaving the way she is, but also a great segue into where she's going to end up right now, which is
also,
V.
what was V's plan here if she didn't leave? Was he just going to wait and go up there later and get her, or what?
No, he's just a guy looking for opportunity. He was trying to save her friend too, but he misses him. He's not able to get to the gay guy.
You think he was trying to save Stephen Fry?
He says that. He says I tried to get to him, but they got him too quick.
All right.
If your information leads to his capture, you will be...
I think he secretly enjoys this. I think he's a.
I know. You just don't believe that anybody.
He's a bit of a
is doing anything out of
sadistic
pureness.
pervert,
You can return to your life.
and he probably jerks off to the idea that he's got her locked up and miserable.
No, he's not. This is killing him every day, but he's doing it to see if he can help her free herself
Like I
of the
said,
binds of
abusers
society.
always say that.
Look, when I did this to my sister, dude, okay?
So is the guy shaving her head is in a mask right now?
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
What kind of mask?
Yeah.
Just like a white thing over his face?
Probably some sort of gas mask thing. It's very scary and
Right.
uncomfortable.
That dude doesn't have a mask on.
No, he's got a mask.
That's Agent Smith.
Yeah, I mean, he's in a shadow. She had a bag on her head, so she didn't see him.
Ah, okay, fair enough.
Some mental torture.
Right, he made it unnecessarily...
No, he had to get her to rock bottom. He's Tyler Durdening her, dude.
Welcome, Space Monkey.
Right.
Now you're ready for Project Mayhem.
Exactly. Exactly.
You're gonna die here. Why protect someone who doesn't give a shit about you?
This is a mental thing to do to someone just to make sure they won't rat on you.
No, he's not doing it for that
Like,
reason.
imagine
He's
I
not
did this
trying
to
stop
you.
That. No, he's...
And I'm like, tell us everything said to you in private.
Well, then I'd be like...
And then months later, I'm like, no, it's okay, buddy. I can trust you now.
No, see, that's not what he's doing it for. He's not doing... That's... He's just missing the point completely.
Yes, no, he is.
No, he's not.
He
He's
says,
not.
I had to make sure you wouldn't rat me out.
No, he just never even says that line.
He does at the end of this.
He never says that.
He says, I had to be sure you wouldn't
No, he
spill the
doesn't say that.
beans.
He doesn't say that.
Oh, I can't wait.
He wants her to live, for her to finally stop living in fear.
Why is she...
What?
Why should she be sat on the couch naked? Why can't she just get
Because
dressed?
she wants when the photos get taken in the newspaper for it to look really, really bad. You know how they are, dude. They try to make sure that when they get
always
taken
gonna be
away,
about
it looks as awful as it possibly
Even
can.
when you're getting arrested by anti-gay fascists, you're still trying to sit there looking sexy. He's putting a lot of faith in his lighting tricks and his
Yeah.
ability to hide his
Yeah.
his voice
Yeah.
and shit like that.
Yeah. He's got a lot of faith in himself, dude. He's a guy who goes around the night and stabs people and
Like,
then walks away like it's nobody's
I'm not sure I
business.
could just sit there knowing a light is on my chest.
I
You know,
think-
there's no way she can see my face.
I think if you got away with blowing up Parliament, you'd have a little bit of confidence about yourself.
I'd be like, yeah, so you can't see me, right? For sure you can't see my face.
You'd be terrible at this. You wouldn't even get past like security, dude. You just have no confidence. You have no big dick energy.
This is what Pete Davidson does to his women. This is what they mean by big dick energy.
This is how he got Ariana
locks
Grande.
me in a cell.
This is how he got Ariana Grande.
Yeah, and she told all the other women, they're like, oh, I want a piece of that.
Like, imagine you're starving, you're exhausted, you're worn out, you were just ready to get shot behind a chemical
But
bomb.
remember, the last question he asked her here, we're going to take you out back and shoot you if you don't tell us who and where V
Right, she was ready to
is."
die. She was ready to die.
Rather than rat him out. That's
That
what he was
just a
testing.
test. That was just a test to see
If she'll
where-
rat him out.
Oh my god!
No
dude.
matter how much torture or threats.
You're missing the point. And this is why if you were in this situation, you would just be like, you just have.
He's going to tell her right now. I had to make sure you
No.
wouldn't tell on me, snitch.
No.
Snitches get stitches. I had to make sure you know that.
Once again, total head. This like that would just you'd be so upset.
You passed. Congratulations.
Exactly.
Welcome to the club.
It was you.
Yeah.
That wasn't real. It's gone.
I'm sorry, but Mr. Dietrich's dead. I thought they'd arrest him, but when they found a Quran in his house, they...
It's always going to be about anti-Muslims.
Exactly.
It's always going to be
Exactly.
Islamophobia.
I thought I'd say them, but when they found a meme magic book in his house, they executed him.
Yeah, it was the Quran more than anything.
You cut my hair. You tortured me. You tortured me.
That might even have been the filmmakers trying to subtly tell you, you know, at the very top of this. It's the Quran haters.
Yeah, probably.
Could have at least given her pants. I mean, that makes it a little worse, doesn't it? The fact
Dude,
that
you're
her
a prisoner,
vagina's out
dude.
right now.
Say that when they finally put you in solitary confinement. I hope you say that. You could at least give me pants.
They do in most prisons.
So you think when they show the pictures, yes. But when you're in solitary confinement, you're actually in a small little box shitting on yourself,
Bare naked.
listening to fucking rock music play 24/7.
I've listened to them all, but I've never danced to any of them.
Did you hear me?
I'm not dancing with you. You're a creep. I was only nice during the rain, just so you wouldn't kill me right here and now.
I was literally shaking in your hands.
I'm leaving you, you abusive, manipulative piece of shit. Why would dead butterflies be banned?
Dude, why is anything banned? Dude,
I'm just trying to think about it. I'm just trying
I know
to
you're
think.
trying to think of what's the psyoptic excuse they would come up with for
Why
that
butterflies?
bullshit? Butterflies are actually now a dog whistle of the alt-right.
What are you gonna kiss the mask?
Thank you.
She kind of wanted to.
Yeah, it's a weird thing to do.
I think she realized that as she got close to it. She's like, what the fuck am I thinking?
Imagine a virus, the most terrifying virus you can, and then imagine that you and you alone have the cure.
He leans into the audience and
Right,
says
right.
it as well,
Yeah.
as if like maybe in a few years this line will mean something.
Right, exactly.
Here's a man seemingly without a conscience, for whom the end's always just
Fauci.
Before the St. Mary's crisis, no one would have predicted the results of the election that year. No
Yep.
one.
Yep, before the coronavirus, no one would have predicted the results of this election.
That is crazy, man. How
And
the
look at
coronavirus
big-
was just in time for the 2020
Big
election.
Big Pharma shit, dude. Like,
Yeah.
Fear became the ultimate tool of this government, and through it, our politician was ultimately appointed.
can't get over it, dude. It's
Yeah.
just like,
It's so on the nose with everything that goes on now.
right. Now we set up the final act.
And what's he doing here? Just experimenting with new poisons to see how quickly it kills living things?
He's got a few coronaviruses himself he likes to play around with. That is great, actually. That is hilarious. And I love that like the guys whose security is just like, well, he's a freak.
It's a little weird that he's on camera and they don't see this happening.
He's in shadow.
But we can see light reflecting off of V.
You're right. This is a movie, not a lesson in security.
Not a lighting lesson.
I suddenly had this feeling
I love this moment.
that everything was connected.
Yeah, this is a great little montage.
Especially because there's the moments you don't even see in the movie that they're like revealing to you.
One chain of events that spread.
I do have to wonder, like, why is V sitting here making himself this domino rally?
He does in the comic too.
He just sits there and does that for himself. It's
Sometimes
just like,
he's got to pass the time.
doesn't he have something? Shouldn't he be checking the explosives and making sure
they've already been triple checked and set, dude.
Oh, she went back to finish her thing.
Yeah, of course. Let's get her shot.
It's an interesting choice that they show you clips of the future there. There was a little snippet of the people in
Right,
the sewer
and I
shooting
love that
him.
because what they're trying to say is this is kind of inevitable,
And we're all trapped by it.
and we're all trapped by it.
And then Sutler will be forced to do the only thing he knows how to do.
More control, more power, more fear.
Seems so familiar, doesn't it?
Yep.
All the
Bring in stronger militarized police.
work. And then
Dominoes. That's it. He set up a domino rally just so that we could have a metaphor in a movie.
I think it's great. I like it.
It's not really something that his character is justified in
he's
doing.
already shown he fights little statue knights for fun. He does silly little
That's
things.
not for fun. That's training.
Dude,
He's practicing for the sword fights at the end.
he doesn't actually...
He's going to take out all those
he doesn't-
police
he
while
doesn't
they're
fence
reloading.
anybody. He doesn't fence anyone.
Yes, he does. He
doesn't
stabs
fence
all
them.
those police.
With daggers he throws, not with a sword fight.
Tomorrow morning, instead of a newspaper, I will be reading Mr. Creedy's resignation.
Well, you got off kind of light then, if that's it.
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, that's fine. I'm sick of this job.
Right, exactly. Honestly, you see me sweating bullets over here?
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm done.
I feel great. I honestly was expecting to be black bad and thrown in the dungeon.
right.
Masks were ingenious.
She's on his dick now, dude.
Yeah, of course.
Yet I know almost
What is he? Does he have a disco ball or something?
Yeah.
Why?
Dude, he's got everything. He's got the bachelor pad of the century, dude.
There's no need for this dance floor lighting.
They cut out the scene where she uses his Oculus Rift.
Were those banned as well?
What?
These lights
Yes!
like this? He's like that.
Fun is banned in this world. You cannot have fun.
I couldn't allow them
You
to
stay at
demolish
home
these
and you
beautiful
watch
lights.
TV.
I had to keep them down here.
I understand.
He can also have legal things down there. You know that, right? He can have things that that are legal as well. It's not,
I
it's not
think
like
that kind of breaks the theme.
not
I think
like-
it's better if like every single movie, every single book,
everything
every
in
painting
this room is a
banned.
danger.
Yeah, it's the point. Here she goes, kissing the mask.
And that's kind of cool that she was going to do it first but felt ridiculous, but now she's like truly in love with him. Like she wants to keep him here.
Why doesn't she just lift the chin up of the mask, Spider-Man style, and give his,
Well,
his burnt,
it's not
wrinkly
cloth.
lips a nice
It's
wet
not
kiss?
cloth.
I can't.
Can't what? She wasn't trying to fuck you right
He
there.
can't. That's hilarious. If she'd said that.
At last, we finally.
How insane would this feel from the perspective of the guy on his knees?
Oh,
like,
oh
what
my
the
God,
fuck?
dude.
You're just working with the government now? What the?
I think you know what's happened. I think you know that Creedy has betrayed you. You've been sold out to to this guy.
Disgusting.
That's a great thing to say before
I know.
you kill someone.
I know. He is.
What a
he is- I
disgusting,
know.
pathetic, slimy, crying baby.
I know. This is a great scene, and Creedy is a great character, and you don't see much of him, but he's great.
There was a little too much of this stuff in the trailer, by the way.
Right. They made it seem like this was the movie. And that's why I
Right,
was
they made
saying
it seem like it was going to be a superhero action.
And that's why I said earlier when I first saw this, I was like bored by the detective story because I'm like, I want to see V killing people.
Right.
I thought he was a superhero.
Now that we have so much more perspective on what they're talking about in this movie, and you can relate it to so many real-world things,
Yeah.
the first 2 hours is actually a lot more enjoyable.
Well, this is still fun.
It was marketed wrong. It shouldn't have been
yeah.
marketed like it was going to be 2 hours of slow-mo superhero action.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And this stuff isn't necessary. I don't really need to see this to
Well,
enjoy
no, they're
this
trying to show
movie.
you that how fast he is. Like the idea is this is happening in a matter of seconds.
Right, but it's like you feel like you need to do this stuff in superhero movies because the audience wants the dumb action.
Nah, I don't mind it.
But in this movie, and I'm not saying I mind it. I'm just saying it's not really necessary.
Sure. But it's crescendo. And the idea is to show you just that ideas are bulletproof.
Yeah, this is a great line, of course.
And by the way, the way it's used in the comics, not as well as it is here.
Why would you die?
It's called Kevlar, dude.
Beneath this mask, there is more than flesh. Beneath this
There is
mask,
body
there
armor.
ideas.
There is a bulletproof vest.
Ideas are
Well, he named his vest ideas.
What if she just decided not to do it?
What, not to do what?
To set the train?
And that would be her decision.
But he does all this for nothing, just so that
No,
someone
he
can
did this
decide.
all to give her the choice.
Why her?
Because she's the one who made him realize that it's not his choice to make.
He didn't do all of this to give her the choice. He planned this a year ago before he even met her.
Planned this years ago.
Right,
20
before he
years,
met
he
her.
said. And then when he met her, she made him realize that it's not his choice to make.
Why is it hers?
Because she is one of the people. And he's just... Jesus, dude, it's got to be somebody's choice.
Yeah,
Fucking
put out
dude.
a vote or something.
No, we're not doing a democratic vote here. Now it's two people's choices.
Set
Now
up
it's, now it's two people's
He
choices.
should
You
start a
happy?
Twitter
Now it's
account.
a choice of a man and a woman.
No,
a
he should set
boomer
up
and a millennial who
set
now
up a
gets to
Twitter
make a decision.
poll and see what the people have to say.
Yeah, dude. I don't think that's... So are you... I think the fact that people are showing up to the parliament to watch it explode shows everyone's down for it to blow up.
Right. So why should she be able to say no and not pull the lever?
Oh, shut... You're just such a contrarian, dude. Like...
I'm not. I'm saying I don't like this idea that he does all this work and then just says, "Oh, it's in your hands." Like,
yeah,
why?
well, that's...
he met her a
when
year
you meet
ago.
somebody who truly opened your eyes to humanity and the wonders that are within,
Is
you
that
will
what
finally...
she did?
Yes. He feels like he owes her for that torture experience.
She
for
opened
the
his
3
eyes
months.
while he was
He
keeping her
feels
in a
bad with
cage
the
and
torture experience, so he decided to give her a favor. You know what? You
feeding
make
her
the decision.
slop. Let them walk past you and stab you with their knives.
That would be... I know.
They'd be shanking him right now.
I know. Somebody would. Because there's always somebody in that group who wants to do something
Which,
fucked up.
by the way, this is what happened at the Capitol. The police stood down and let them walk past. Are all these
know.
people going to get arrested as fucking insurrectionist terrorists later?
They would be if fucking Biden was still alive in this movie.
They should have worn their Guy Fawkes masks to the Capitol.
They really should have. Instead, they put on their buffalo hats.
Well, this is the
and painted
thing.
their faces
They apparently used phone location technology. So if you had your phone in your pocket and they figured you were there, then they track you down.
That's how they found people.
Yeah.
So they're already basically invading our privacy.
That is all. Yeah, they're already this government. That's what I'm saying. Our
Oh, I know,
government
I
gets
agree.
closer and closer to this one every day.
Right.
And it's not Trump that's doing it.
Beware the doors.
It'd be funny if the doors closed quicker than she expected, and it's supposed to be a happy ending, but she's like,
She would
no,
she would
no,
just throw the switch back up and then time it better. You would just throw the switch back
no,
up.
dude, it's already set now. There's no fucking pause button.
And like, I just think the ending does such a better job.
These
of
people don't
conveying-
know the blast radius, by the way.
I know, I know.
They don't know if the street's
I
going to
know.
cave in beneath them
I
when the
know.
subway explodes.
Yes. His music.
It's nice how the explosions are in tempo with the music.
Oh yeah.
You said Mendantes. And he was my father. And my mother. My brother.
Man, he really did a number on you, huh? Jesus Christ, what did he do to you in that cell? You had a father and a mother.
I know. I will agree. I will agree. If this is what you're hearing from the person who was closest to him as this happens, suddenly your faith in the revolution is not as strong as it was moments ago.
Right, you're like, this guy was a fucking psycho. He MK Ultra'd her.
Genius.
Yeah.
Knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, it's a great fucking movie.
I know. It's so good.
It's funny, I actually always thought it was directed by the Wachowskis as well.
No, it was
but,
sold heavily as produced by them.
Right, I wonder who that James McTeague is and what else he's done.
I don't know, but yeah, dude. Honestly, such a good film. I will show this to my children so many times over and over again.
Oh yeah, no, this is essential viewing.
Yeah.
Just the kind of behaviors to look out for, the media
but I'll
patterns.
say, actually, as I'm saying this, if we keep going the direction we're going, you make me feel
your
like
kids will go outside and see it.
You make me feel like we might not be able to show this to anybody. This might actually
Oh right,
be a banned
like this will be in your secret basement along with the Louis DVDs.
No,
and all
I'm not having one of those basements. I'm not doing that shit.
You pussy! You claim to be a fucking freedom fighter, but you won't even go.
I'll be out of the country.
That.
I'll be out of the country. I'll be in Sweden, telling my kids what. I'll basically show them this movie to show them what happened to America.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's very relevant, man. It's almost shocking, the exact same patterns and behaviors that the government executes in this movie versus the things we see now.
Right.
The just constant steps towards control, the constant use of peer pressure to make people think what they're supposed to think to get along in society.
Lies.
I would love to see, I don't want this movie remade anytime soon, but I would love to see a version of this movie where there's more social media.
Nah, see, that's Adrian Biddle. Who the fuck's that guy?
I don't know, but he's got BSC apparently.
Oh, someone probably shot him on set. But anyway, I don't need the social media stuff. I don't need that stuff added because it doesn't heighten it. You just want more stuff to use as examples in the real world.
Well, it doesn't need it. I'm just saying that's clearly a huge part of what this movie is talking about now.
Right, but
the methods of control.
I think it does a good job without having to even talk about social media.
Obviously, it does a good job. I'm saying it's one of the 10 best movies ever. Right.
Well, we're on the same. So, okay, what's better, this or Prestige?
The Prestige is the greatest film of all time, and we'll talk about
I'll never ask that question again
when we play it.
I'm really curious how this movie will be perceived in the next 2 to 3 years.
Well, dude, we're 20 years on. I mean, let's wonder how this will be perceived in 50 years.
I'm just saying, as we start to get to the final point of where this pandemic stuff's leading us to, what kind of government we'll have, what kind of country we'll be living in. I'm curious how people will look at this film.
It very well may be that 30 years from now, I'm going to have to walk you down to my secret brick basement, pull out a secret wine bottle, and we'll go down there to watch this movie.
You would be making a huge mistake because the next morning you'd find yourself in a black bag. There's no way I'm keeping that secret.
Because you're a total fucking snitch.
Nah, I'll be
I always knew you were one of them.
I will be in Sweden. You won't even see me. If that's where we're at, dude, I'm not staying in this country.
Well, I will have put you through the 6 months in my jail cell to make sure that you can't snitch before showing you the movie.
That's how you introduce people to your basement, is you lock them in the basement?
Yeah, and well, they think they're in jail, and I torture them, and I go, who is it? Who is it that tried to show you V for Vendetta? And then after 6 months of it, I'll be like, okay, I trust you. You're not going to snitch. We can watch it now.
That's a good modern day sketch.
We can watch it.